Before you even say, does this apply to me? The answer is going to be yes. What we're talking about, it's important to understand, is how are we communicating with our customers? How quickly are we communicating with our customers? What matters? What's working? What's not working? Our goal right now is, obviously, we've got a sponsor here, but the goal is to make sure you understand what's the macro trends that are going to affect you on a micro level. That's what we're trying to do. And of course, that's what I'm excited to talk to Chris about. So Chris, just give the quick background about you, the company. Quick, right?
Yep.
Because what I want to do is quickly go into the trends, why you started this, and then let's get into like some of the big picture stuff that we're seeing.
Yep. Yeah, real quick story. Started the company in 2018, just seeing a trend.
Yeah.
You know, the original SMS was like blasting, marketing, texting. I saw a future where there was conversational text. And so now we live in a world where texting is the way in which that we engage, we connect. And so it's a platform where you can send and receive texts from your computer, from the mobile app, use a separate number, and your whole team can sort of manage it, right? In an automated way, in a systemized way, plugs into the CRMs and all. So, yeah.
All right, so let's do some audience polls. And you tell me if you have any polls that you want to do outside of the one I want to do. Raise your hand if, as a business right now, you are using texting as part of your sales or marketing activity. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, let's just do a couple quick, I want to do a couple quick mics. Keep your hand up if you're willing to tell us the way that you're using the texting, because I want Chris to hear this, and I want some just quick context for this. So we got one over here, and then we got one over there. So real quick, this fella right here. Yeah, go ahead and state your name and how your company, how you're using it.
Hey everyone, my name is Tom Nasser. I'm with X-Ray Tech. Right now we're using texting primarily as the fastest way to respond to somebody that reaches out over inbound if they provide a phone number. So we'll usually call, but sometimes we'll text if they don't pick up on that call, just to say, hey, let's schedule some time.
So are you all B2B or B2C? I can't tell.
Mostly B2B. We're flow
okay,
consultants.
so great. So we got a B2B example, right? And how have things changed since you moved to doing more texting versus what you were doing before? Like, what has the impact been? Now, by the way, I think it's important, right, Chris, because a lot of B2Bs immediately think, oh,
it's only B2C.
It's only a B2C play, right. Texting, which is, come on, y'all. You've been hearing us say for years, it's not about B2B, B2C, all right? P2P, we get it, right? So, with that being said, we got to be in the psychology of the buyer. So, what's the impact been for you guys?
Largely extremely positive. People appreciating that we send a uniform message on email, SMS, and try to call, because everyone kind of has a different preference, and a lot of times we just catch them between something.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you a question from this. What have you all found has been the percentage of preference? Similar to what I said earlier, like 80% of people prefer to use AI to set the appointment with that one home improvement company I mentioned earlier. For you all, what percentage of people are you finding in the B2B space are leaning towards communicating with text versus, I guess, email is the other core option that you've got?
For us, we do a lot of automation and AI work, so we try to lead with a human phone call, and that kind of breaks the cycle for a lot of folks. But I would say a phone call first, and then email, and then SMS. But the capture that happens through SMS would otherwise have been totally dropped for whatever reason, right? These are people that were difficult to get in touch with, even though they reached out to us. But SMS happens to be their preferred mode of communication.
So let's talk about that for a second, Chris, then I'm going to go back over here. What are some of the biggest trends that you're seeing with texting, SMS, within the B2B space? What's some of the impact you're seeing? Talk about that side first.
I think the big thing is, when you're generating a lead, how are you engaging with them in real time? And so the idea is, you have speed to lead, and you may not be calling, or maybe you have some SLA in place or something where you're calling in an hour or a day later, but a text message is an instant communication. And so most people, especially if you're dealing with consumers, right, they're out and about, you call them from an unknown number, they don't know who it is, but if you can text message, and one really cool hack is if you put, hey, it's Chris at XYZ company, when you call, it will say, maybe Chris. Right, and so that's a little cool hack is to add your name in that text message.
So by sending the text before the call, you help set the stage.
Yeah, Apple's going to say maybe Chris.
Maybe Chris, right?
Yeah.
Or you can even say in the text, hey, I'm going to be calling you from this number,
Yep.
Which we've seen work as well. So those are some options that you have.
Yeah.
Any other like specific B2B trends that you're seeing when it comes to SMS?
Yeah, B2B trend is really like on the lead side, that's a really good one, but also is the qualification. So you can qualify through an SMS conversation in your voice, right? So you talk about the brand voice, you talk about the voice of your business. You can have a conversation at scale. So we have companies that are driving a lot of leads, and the hardest part is qualifying and engaging them.
Right.
And so through SMS, you can do it and ask for whatever data. Maybe it's square footage, or are you interested in real estate or commercial? And all that can happen through SMS to qualify to then book a meeting. So you go from like, well, what's the goal of this? Well, the goal is to book a meeting, to schedule a meeting. SMS can qualify and push them to that. If they're unqualified, it can push them to a separate sort of conversation, right?
Yeah.
So that's at scale, like that's a really good use case, is pushing them to that next
So
stage.
how much, and I'm sure this B2B and B2C, but how much of the back and forth, I'm sure there's probably like a tipping point. You've heard some of the studies like they need to hear from you 7 times before they'll pick up the phone, or you got all these like studies out there. Have you found with texting, there's like this tipping point where if you have enough back and forth, now the chance that you actually have a real life conversation just goes through the roof? Or have you seen any trends like that?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, right? Like really the way that we look at it is you have a whole life cycle. So the lead part is that instant engagement, but then you have like what happens when they do book the appointment. I prefer a text message reminder and in text. Right? If they're calling me or sending an email, I'm not actually getting that. Maybe it's a delivery notification.
Yes.
So you really want to think of what are all those touch points along the way from like the customer experience. How can text message sort of enhance that? So one cool thing too is, you talk about video. If you want to enhance that human side, when somebody is a lead or they get handed off in the next stage in your process, have a video, send a picture. Like, you can do an animated GIF. So you can add a lot more of the humanity to text. It doesn't have to be this robotic side of things.
Cool. We had somebody over here that was using SMS. So my mic person, all right. Go ahead and state your name and tell us how you're using it.
Yeah, my name's Tristan Adams with Modern Design Aquascaping. So for text, what we do, we actually have automations. Even if we can't get to the phone and answer, it's an automated text from me that does exactly that with my name on it, so that they actually have my information on there, as well as automated follow-ups after the phone call. They go with that as well. So in our CRM that we're using, the automated text, as well as for the team to be able to communicate, everyone can see every text that's been sent to that client.
Yeah.
And we all have our own individual numbers so that we know who said what was going on. So there's no miscommunication between team members and the homeowner.
Yeah.
So for you all, what has been the impact on the business before versus after? What would you say has changed?
It's been huge because over 95% of our clients prefer text messaging over calls.
Everybody hear that? Now that's B2C landscaping, but this is important to note. It's like there is still a shocking number of companies that are doing zero texting. Like zero texting. It's either email or it's a phone call, that's it. And by the way, I am all about phone calls, so I'm not anti any of that stuff, and sometimes you can't swing too far and only text and never call, and that's also a problem. But to this point, 95% prefer, keep going, Chris, anything else?
Yeah, over 95% prefer all communication be through text, whether after the initial sale, for follow-ups, for maintenance, all that stuff. So when we do scheduling, the texts automatically go out for that as well. And like most of them would prefer not to have a phone call at all. Ever.
Yeah, and just like managing that customer, right? Like once they become a customer, how are they engaging with you? And they're going to go to text messaging, right? Like they're not going to email you. Maybe they'll call or take it, but SMS is sort of that first line of communication. Yeah.
Yep.
So Grace, you've got a lot of data and stats, and I didn't like tell him I was going to ask him any of these questions, so it's all off the cuff. But one that I did read, and I'd be curious to know if you have any others. I read, and you tell me if there's been an updated number on this, and this was mentioned a second ago, that if you send a text before an appointment, it increases show-up rate, but I think I've read somewhere between 8 and 10%. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
All right. So talk about how you've seen companies use that.
Yeah, I think the big thing is to carry the voice through every conversation you have.
Okay.
So typically you see, like if you're using Calendly or a tool like that, they do have text messaging, and it's a very robotic reminder, right? But what you can do is really carry that voice forward. So for example, an appointment reminder, one thing that we do is just a tiny little text. Like, we're not writing books here. We're
Right.
just communicating in a tiny text. And so what we do is the day of, and you can automate this, which is the day of the meeting, it's just a text. Hey, Chris, just a reminder, hey, are we still on at 2 p.m. for that appointment?
Right.
Right, and just that little text message, it creates this commitment and consistency. And they may need to reschedule it, but the moment that they confirm that, you're pretty solid in that. So that's a really simple strategy, is just the day of, send that text
Yeah.
reminder. And just like if we're going to get lunch, like I'm going to send you a text and
100%.
just make sure. Yeah.
And goodness knows I need the reminders.
Right.
So any other like trends or stats like that you've seen, like, oh, that was a clear numeric impact on the business that you can think of?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the appointment reminder, we see like 20-25% like increase in attendance.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. And so like it's just that little touch ahead of time. So how are you creating this commitment to that? Yeah.
Tell us about like biggest mistakes people make when they try to integrate SMS into the mix.
I think most people think it's only a broadcast tool, right? And I can only send broadcasts. That's further from the truth. I think today we're all doing it. So we're already like pros. We know how to text. And so taking the same way that you're communicating to your friends and to your customers, talk to them in the way that you are talking to your friends. And so I think the big mistake is they think, I need to take my email and now put it into text. And those are the worst, right? Like, they just don't work, they don't convert. And more importantly, it's like, that's not the channel. It really is a human channel. That's a big one. I think too is like, people think, I need to complicate all of this. And the cool thing is, you have to get approved to send text messages through the carriers. Before, it was the Wild West. Anybody could get a phone number. But now, it's really approved businesses that are able to send text messages. That's good, because it's clearing the lane for like legitimate businesses to talk directly to their customers. And Apple's gotten a lot better with managing a lot of this spam. So like, I look at my phone, that's like the only inbox 0 I have. My email's flooded, my voicemail's flooded, but my text is like the only one that I'm literally looking at every single text and calling it spam or replying or doing whatever. And so don't overwhelm people. I think the key is to like audit your workflow and your business and just go, wow, can a text enhance here? How do I enrich that human touch? So if Mike's gonna come to the house for that appointment, send a picture of Mike. And so they know, oh, that's Mike coming to the house. And so you're just trying to like further enhance that relationship, and you can do it through text. You can automate all of it. One of the things that you can do is like, if you have a sales team and a new lead comes in and you round robin it to the team, that outbound number can come from the rep. And so if the lead gets assigned to Mike, Mike will outbound from Mike. If it gets assigned to Jill, it'll send from Jill's number. Now you can create a lot of this like scalable automation, and it can be easy to manage. Like, it doesn't have to be, we've got a mobile phone on a mobile app, so it can be easy. How long,
if somebody in this room is not doing text currently, if they want to integrate that into their business, realistically, not the sales answer, which I know you wouldn't give anyway, realistically, how long is it going to take somebody from the moment they say, let's integrate text, to have a system of SMS?
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing is, everybody has an existing phone number. One of the things that we find is people have had a phone number for 15 years, and they're like, I don't want to get a new number. Well, the cool thing is we can actually text enable your existing number. So you can use that same number that you currently have, and we just bolt on SMS. Okay. And what companies find is they go, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize people are trying to text me this whole time. So you can get that literally within a day. And then you go through an approval process. It takes between 1 to 3 days to get approved. And then at that point, you can send text messages.
Oh, wait. You said something that's interesting. As part of this, oftentimes people discover that the buyer or consumer has been texting them to their landline or whatever it was. But because it wasn't textable, they had no idea.
No clue.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
So it's just a hidden asset in the business. And so within 1 to 3 days, you can get up and running. And then, we integrate into HubSpot, we integrate into all the different tools. And so you can get up and running and instantly start texting customers. So it doesn't have to be this automation build. It's just, hey, let me go and text them. And what customers find is, oh my God, people are actually replying back to us like instantly. And so versus I've been trying to get in touch with them for like a week or 2 weeks, you send a text and the response is there. Because that's actually how they prefer to communicate anyways.
Oh, that's great. Now, you're going to be speaking during the break in the other room. What are you going to be talking about?
So textize your business, which basically means like never lose a lead again. There's a leaky bucket in the business. We have a leaky bucket. Everyone has a leaky bucket. How to sort of plug that. And so you like frameworks. We like frameworks too.
Yeah.
And so it's called Textize Your Business. And I was talking to a bunch of people, and they were talking about how to future-proof their business. We believe like messaging, especially one-to-one, and now with all this agent stuff happening, how can you use messaging, which really is the channel, preferred channel of the future, like how to bulletproof and set that up. So I'm going to walk through a framework, and you guys will walk out with like some actionable things that you can actually do. So yeah.
Well, that's what we want, and that's going to be right now
over here,
during the break. So, Chris, great job. Give him a round of applause.